Crimson Peak,
Say witch hunter.
Witch hunter.
and The Last Witch Hunter. Two very different Halloween releases this year, although both tapping into history. Crimson Peak is a gothic romance about young author Edith Cushing, played by Mia Wasikowska, who falls in love and marries Sir Tom Sharp, played by Tom Hiddleston, and is then swept away to his remote mansion in the English countryside.
Goodness, how many rooms are there?
I don't know. Would you like to count them?
There, she uncovers a secret in her lover's past and discovers that his home, unofficially called Crimson Peak, harbours ghosts and entities which Sir Tom and his sister, Lady Lucille Sharp, played by Jessica Chastain, try to hide.
She knows who I am and she wants me to leave.
Nonsense, my dear. You're not going anywhere. You had a bad dream. You were sleepwalking.
No. I'm afraid I shall go mad if I stay.
My darling, you're imagining things.
The film was directed by Guillermo del Toro, who says that Crimson Peak isn't a horror film, but a gothic romance.
For me, the real horror in all my stories is the humans. It's not the ghosts. The ghosts may be scary for a moment and this and that, but the real horror comes from the human heart and the human spirit.
They're dying. They take their heat from the sun, and when it deserts them, they die. That's sad. No, it's not sad, Edith. It's nature. It's a savage world of things dying or eating each other right beneath our feet.
As with all of Guillermo's films, Crimson Peak looks incredible, and Jessica Chastain says arriving on set was something she wasn't prepared for.
I was completely blown away. I've never seen anything like that before. I mean, it's the idea, it's like when, I think they used to make movies like this a long time ago, where they would build the house.
Indeed, the house is as much a character in the film as the actors are, and unusually, the set design also creeps into what the actors are wearing.
On the wardrobe, we echo pieces of the architecture of the house. So if you watch Lucille's wardrobe has embroidery that is actually embroidery that mirrors exactly the details in the architecture of the house. So she's wearing the house in many, many ways.
The house as old as this one becomes, in time, a living thing. It starts holding on to things. Some of them good, some are bad. Some should never be spoken about again.
Well, in direct contrast to Crimson Peak, another offering this Halloween is The Last Witch Hunter, an action fantasy movie starring Vin Diesel. It taps into the idea that witches live among us and that hunters have been battling them for centuries.
I need you to wake up. None of this is real. You are in a trap.
How did that get in there? One means nothing. Two, a coincidence. Three, trouble.
Vin Diesel plays Calder, a valiant warrior who in time gone by destroyed the Queen Witch. But just before her death, she curses Calder with immortality, forever separating him from his wife and daughter in the afterlife. Now, it seems she's back.
Get down!
Director Breck Eisner says in pre-production they dug deep into the mythology and history of witches, as well as the type of magic that exists in the world.
You wanna quit?
No. I want to raise.
We are very careful to understand the history of witches, to know historically what the word witch comes from, what hexen means, what witches mean, and to build upon it in a way that was honest, but was also building it in a genre-type way.
Probably best remembered from Game of Thrones, Rose Leslie co-stars in the movie with Michael Caine,
And so it begins.
Elijah Wood, and Julie Engelbrecht in supporting roles.